You never know, man. Look how Lukaku did not spend 100M on him, Chelsea. Assisted in bank. He's out of here, man.
Yeah, that's one interesting transfer. Somebody said that is the joke of the season.
The worst transfer.
The worst transfer.
They said it's the worst transfer in Premier League.
Definitely the worst transfer of last season.
So let's rate, since we're rating signings, let's rate his move back to Inter.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fans and haters. On today's episode of Shangalo, we have something special for you.
So basically, we've got our first prediction game of the season. Start of the season, Community Shield, first trophy up for grab. Liverpool versus Manchester City. Like, all the titles seem to go down to between us and City.
I beg.
You guys should hit us up with your predictions in the comments below. Whoever wins gets the chance to win something. We'll let you know what that something is, but you like it. Yeah. Comment below.
Most definitely. Comment in the comment section. Let us know who you think will win, City or Liverpool. Let us now go right into the topic for today. Yes, transfers. Sir. A lot has happened, especially in the Premier League.
Yes, sir.
Man City and Liverpool don't want to. They are not letting it, you know. But yes, let us start off with one of the biggest ones. Mane left Liverpool and went to Bayern Munich.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give that signing rate that signing.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
we'll give it A to F forever. I think that's an A signing for Bayern Munich.
Yep.
A player like Sadio Mane with his skill set, joining the skill set that they have in Bayern Munich. They're all strong, they're fast, they're athletic. Like, it's just perfect for them. He's going to fit in perfectly on that left wing. Him and Alphonso Davies, Leroy Sané on another side. And he's comfortable. He played in Red Bull Salzburg. It's not exactly
so he's not new to the Bundesliga.
Around that culture and similarly. So I think it's a great move, and I'm happy for Sadio Mane. A new challenge for him. If you can work some wonders in there, the story is far from finished for
Definitely an A signing for Bayern Munich. But for Liverpool, on the Liverpool end of things, I would say that's an F. They really fumbled the bag, letting Sadio Mane go.
Letting Sadio Mane go is a big loss, but
definitely.
The loss was sweetened by the fact that we brought in a player, so I think we have to consider it together. So losing Sadio Mane, 30-year-old Sadio Mane, getting Darwin Núñez, a younger player for very young wages, I think that cushions the blow to maybe it becomes
maybe an E.
No.
I wouldn't.
I think Darwin Núñez could, like, this guy's
that's
goal scorer in his league.
Unproven talent.
It is an unproven talent for sure, but I mean, so was Luis Diaz before he came to the Premier League. So was Mo Salah before we brought him to Liverpool. So yeah, I think the fact that we got a younger attacker who potentially will be good, I'll say okay, that's a C. Yeah,
I don't want to give it a C for Liverpool. Maybe a D. I mean, I tried moving from F to a D. So
Mane wanted to go now. If he goes,
but I think that Liverpool were unfair in their evaluations of Sadio Mane because I feel he wanted more money, and Liverpool wasn't ready to give him.
Yeah, because we have to give him more money. Like, people always ask me why I hate the owners of Liverpool when we're winning trophies. Like, we don't have the money to compete with these clubs. This is why Jurgen Klopp is a special manager. Like, our highest paid player is on like 200k.
That's not
Maguire, yes, it's like 220k for Van Dijk.
220.
Okay, 220k. What was Martial earning before you chased him out? Harry Maguire is 185k. So we can't compete with these top clubs when it comes to the money. So when you have a decision to make, Mo Salah is asking for more money. Mane is asking for more money. Trent is going to ask for more money. So you have to make a decision. And at the end of the day, it was Salah and Mane, both their contract running out. And one of them can guarantee 30 goals a season. One, we all love it. Maybe he can score 20, 21. But one is a 2-time PFA winner, 3-time Golden Boot winner. So based on our resources, we have to pick.
Yeah, interesting.
It's a shame, man.
I mean, looking at it, you know, from that.
Just couldn't pay him, man. And the club loved him, man. Klopp was sad, but at the end of the day, Mane is 30 years old and from Africa. He needs to start making his money. Like, this is his last big contract now. At 34, who's going to offer him money again? So now, it was a no-brainer.
So definitely good move for Mane, good move for Bayern. But I'll still give it a D for Liverpool. Let us move on to another transfer. Champions of England signed Erling Bro Haaland.
That's a top signing.
Big signing.
There's only one better young attacker they could have gotten in Kylian Mbappe. So yeah, they've got the man that they needed. I think it's interesting though because I feel like a player like Haaland is deviating from what Pep knows and how he usually, like, the target man striker doesn't work for Pep Guardiola's last and Ibrahimovic hated him. Lewandowski wanted to bench Lewandowski till he scored 5 goals. When he met Aguero, he wanted to remove him for Jesus because he was versatile. So I don't know if this is a Pep signing or the club just wanting a big star player. So we'll see how it works on the football pitch. But starting out right now, I'll give you an A. Like we'll see what happens.
On paper, you'd give that transfer an A, but there are many limiting factors that would make you think maybe a B.
There are a few question marks.
He looked like somebody that is signed mostly for all the other reasons besides what he would offer on the pitch.
Yeah,
because
I think he's gonna have to take some changing of his own
time
game
and time again, we have seen Guardiola teams not do. Guardiola himself not do well with an out-and-out 9. Eto'o, Henry.
I didn't even mention it.
Bro, Eto'o, Henry, Lewandowski. He had issues with Lewandowski until Aguero, Gabriel, Jesus.
And these are some of the best strikers we've ever seen.
And he really couldn't use them to, full effect. So seeing Erling Bro Haaland and the kind of player that he is, he's an out-and-out 9, a target man. We definitely have to. The jury is out on his performances. On paper, he looks like he's going to come in and boss up the EPL. But I think
style of play. So yeah, basically, why I say stylistically it might be different because playing for Manchester City and playing for Borussia Dortmund
are completely different things.
Playing for Borussia Dortmund, they are playing a team that likes to play on the counter. They like to break fast. The space is in behind. When you're playing for Manchester City, 80% of the match, your team is camped out in their own half. The space between the last defender and the goalpost is like the defending team and the goalkeeper is like 3 years. So there's no space to get in behind there. Like it's all this short interplay. That's why Pep likes his false 9 who can actually hold the ball back to go play
and
the one
move around. Not necessarily just stay in the number 9 position. It could be interesting.
I think but Pep is a great manager, and if he wants to evolve his team to suit Haaland, he probably can. And also, Haaland is a young player with a lot of talent. So if he needs to evolve his play, perhaps he can pull it off. But you never know, man. Look how Lukaku did. Just spend 100 M on him, Chelsea. Assisted bank. He's out of here, man.
Yeah, that's one interesting transfer. Somebody said that is the joke of the season.
The worst transfer. They said it's the worst transfer in Premier League.
Definitely the worst transfer of last season.
So let's rate, since we're rating signings, let's rate his move back to Inter.
Rating his move back to Inter, I would say, I'll give it a C because this is a player who he saw that it didn't work for him. And he's not going there for the right reasons.
I think what you're saying is maybe it's a C. You're judging Lukaku personally as a C. But
I would judge him personally as a C.
For Inter Milan, I think they've got an A player, bro. They sold Lukaku for 100 M, got him back on loan. They also, when they had him, he was MVP in the league and they won the league. And just now they lost the league and they brought him back.
Hear me, without him, they still did well. So he's not necessarily somebody that they need.
But I think that on loan, they probably believe that he will get us over the line. If we were that close to AC Milan, and now we bring an MVP, like he knows the league, whether he likes it or not, like he's made the right move for himself. Lukaku is probably going to shine again.
So yeah, all personal bias aside, I think
that's Inter Milan, they should be very happy with the business they've done there.
That's a B. Moving on from that transfer, let us talk about Calvin Phillips going to Manchester City from Leeds.
And you see, this is what I'm saying about how Liverpool financially, we're not supposed to be here right now. We can't compete with Manchester City.
Shopsy, listen to me. This is you just trying to make your achievements even better.
No. Okay, let me land.
Within your weight.
No.
Not above your weight. Don't try to push that narrative.
Can I reply that? Let me tell you why I believe Liverpool are not punching within their weight. Because Chelsea spend more than us. So they buy players that are better than our players. We have to improve. They are better than players before they come in. They pay them with more wages. And they do it over and over again. Their squad is so much bigger than ours. Manchester City have their backup defensive midfielder. Is 50 million pounds. Manchester City can build a squad where everybody on their bench costs 50 million pounds. Take Liverpool aside and look at this. This does not make sense. This is literally the most expensive squad assembled in football history. Not in the Premier League.
But that's
in the
just
history of football.
That is
for
just
Liverpool to be able to compete with that team and to be dragging them to 90 points with a squad that has Trent Alexander-Arnold that we brought from our academy. We bought Adi Robertson for £3 million. We bought Jordan Henderson for Sunderland. And we are competing. I think that's why I feel like our competing, I think has run out. Like the golden generation don't pass. Sadio Mane has gone. Salah is 30 years old. For a club to replicate that on this budget, you can't work those miracles again.
Shopsy, I'm not going to lie. I don't really appreciate what you're saying. There are a lot of things that you say that I'll agree and I'll say, yes, spot on. But this is very unfair for you to say that these players are nowhere near Man City players. These are players that are basically, you would say, maybe diamonds in the rough.
They become these players under Liverpool. Before Liverpool, they were not that. And a lot of these players, they leave Liverpool and they're not that. Wijnaldum left is not that. Coutinho left
Wijnaldum left at what age?
30 30. What's 30?
That's old.
In modern football,
That is
when we
old.
have a 37-year-old in the
That is
team of the year.
old. That is old. Those are players who are one-offs.
I think you even see that.
Ibrahimovic, Ronaldo, one-offs. These are players who are good in their own right. Do you understand me? But because they are not on the radar of the media and what, then it's unfair for you to say this.
League, all of us fans of all the clubs, we need
Shopsy.
to band together and get this evil regime of Pep Guardiola, funded by state funds, out of our game.
Out of football.
We need to get it out of for the competitiveness. No. I don't understand it.
Agenda.
How are other fans? How is a United fan, a Chelsea fan, comfortable watching Manchester City break financial fair play? You hear that La Liga has
That's
said,
the thing. So that's
break
what I wanted to bring
financial
up. That's
fair
what I'm
play
saying.
time and time again and continue winning our league till our league looks like League One or Bundesliga.
Because of
How
course,
can you be comfortable with that?
Shopsy, because we all understand that financial fair play is a joke.
So
It is a joke. So
it's a joke, and
there is no.
I guess some of us are. I get maybe if you were competing and you were losing to a team that was breaking it, you have more of an opinion against.
There's something wrong with you.
It's
for
facts
that
now.
statement.
If you were competing against a
I'm
team that
going
was
to-
cheating, you will hate it too.
I'm going to move on from that. Who is not competing? What are you telling
What
me?
are you competing for?
Arsenal is competing.
For what?
Are they not competing?
For what?
Let us move on from there and go to Arsenal now. They signed Pablo Vieira, a very, very solid player.
Looks alright. Looks a decent
Fam.
player. His numbers were alright from Porto.
From Porto.
The Portuguese league is being raided by the Premier League recently.
And
like.
they're getting really good
And they're
players.
looking good.
Bruno Fernandes, Darwin Nunez, and now Pablo Vieira.
Luis Diaz are just
Luis
came
Diaz
from
as
Porto
well,
as well.
from Porto.
And Liverpool also linked to another Porto player like
Otavio.
We're
Yes.
trying to rinse that team out. It's
Yes,
crazy.
and that's definitely one to look out for. 22 years old, from everything that we're hearing, he's a very, very intelligent player, very, very wise. And Arsenal look to be
But I wonder, like, why another creative player?
Arsenal look to be assembling a very, very dangerous midfield.
But why is it? It's like they're all in the same mode.
It's not-
Odegaard, Smith Rowe, and this one's like.
That's because
How are you going to play all
I think Arsenal's manager understands something that we don't. Maybe Smith Rowe is not up to that level that he wants.
Well,
and that's something. And there's nothing wrong with having Odegaard and a player like Pablo Vieira in your squad. You can have two of them playing there, or you can rotate between the two of them. So that definitely, I would say, is an A signing. That's somebody who nobody was really looking at, but it seems to be a very, very good player. So a big steal for Arsenal.
Considering they haven't, I guess maybe they have got their striker now, but at the time I feel like they needed a midfielder and a striker more so than another creative player.
But that's
like
a
the problem
midfielder as
was
well.
glaring. No, when I say midfielder, I mean like a solid
holding
midfielder.
central
That guy is not good enough. He's been costing them for like 4 years now. Even Partey himself, he's leaving much to be desired. So I think they need a person in midfield and a striker before getting a third creative midfielder. So based on that, I'll probably give that like. And I don't even know the guy. I'll give it a C. He should prove me right, man.
I'll give him a B. Let's quickly run through the rest of the transfers that we have here. Sebastian Hala has moved to Dortmund after Dortmund lost Haaland to Manchester City.
Based on Dortmund's transfer business, like they know how to get the best out of attackers. So and he was one top goal scorer in the Champions League last season.
He was top goal scorer in the Champions League.
I'll give that a B.
I'll give you a B too.
And Dortmund also got Karim Adeyemi, so generally they attack.
Yes.
They might be able to fill the Haaland body with those two players combined.
My only issue is Hala, he didn't play very well in England.
Yeah, he did
then
not.
he went to Ajax and then he did what he did.
But the champions doing it in Champions League, I think okay, she's not just
maybe it's not just a flash in the pan. Yeah. So moving on from that transfer, I gave it a B. You gave it a C. So moving on from that transfer, I would say Taiwo Awoniyi to Nottingham Forest.
Record deal for Nottingham Forest.
For Nottingham Forest, 17.5 million. That's an A across board for me. For Nottingham Forest, for Taiwo Awoniyi, the player, and for the Super Eagles for Nigeria.
Yeah, I'll give that an A. Hopefully, can develop there, and we can see Forest climb up the ranks and maybe get back into the Premier League.
Definitely. Moving on from that, let us wrap it up with Darwin Nunez to Liverpool. I mean, it seems like a long time ago that Darwin Nunez was announced because he was one of the first players to
actually. We're sharp guys now. Wrap our business real quick. So like I said about Otavio, I haven't seen much of Darwin Nunez, and there isn't much to have seen of Darwin Nunez. Like his breakout season was last season, and it was a crazy season. And much like Hala, he did best in the Champions League. So he scored against Liverpool twice, scored against Bayern Munich, scored against Barcelona. His goal record was crazy. So and yeah, like I said with Dortmund, the attackers Liverpool tend to thrive. So Yeah, I'll give that a B. I'll give that a B.
Definitely the same score on my sheet as well. I'll give that a B because he is somebody who Manchester United were also in the running.
Yeah,
for
so that
him.
says something for Klopp and Ten
Yes.
Hag to both be
Yes, to
chasing
both
this
be
guy
chasing
and to
the guy.
spend quite a bit of money. That does say something.
Yeah, but the only issue is he literally had just that one very good
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
And,
He has had
you know,
seasons
the
before,
EPL
okay seasons, but one
seasons.
breakout season.
So yeah,
But
and
the
the
thing
EPL
is,
is a different ballgame.
this is
entirely,
where,
so.
if you actually look at the market, this is where we are right now. If you're going to get a young striker, that's what you have to pay. Like, Victor Osimhen costs like 60 M anywhere, Vlahovic costs like
And don't
60
forget,
M,
Arsenal are also
Gabriel
trying
Jesus is
to
about
get-
to cost like 50 M. So
Yeah.
if you're getting a young bagsman, goals are expensive. You're going to pay.
Apparently. And I think that would be a very good place to wrap it up. But do not forget, predict and win. Who will win the Community Shield when Liverpool and Manchester City face off for that trophy? Put your comments in the comment sections below and let us know what you think.